Writer, keynote speaker, and creator of On Point Communication, Tara Heaton, is helping her clients better understand their ability to elevate their performance with a more authentic and effective way of communicating. She joins us today with a look at the new work that she's doing. Hey there, Tara. How are you doing?
You said that beautifully. So glad to be here.
Well, I know you're going to analyze the way I communicate, so I need to do it. I need to do it a little bit well with you. Can you share a little bit about your journey from successful business owner to corporate vice president and founder of On Point Communications?
I would be delighted to. I ran my own business many years ago in a very competitive sales landscape. And so, as I was analyzing sales in every conversation, quite tragically, my daughter got a virus that traveled to her brain, and it caused her to have significant brain damage through epilepsy for the course of her lifetime. And that sparked my study of neuroscience and the brain. So as I began to continue to search for answers to stop these seizures, I continued to understand neuroscience on a really deep level, and it started to inform my work. And the more I studied, the more I realized that deep, authentic communication fires some neurotransmitters in our brain that give us this beautiful energy, which drives performance. And so I sold my business and went to work in the corporate setting for a little while, inspired by that.
And it was really these personal experiences that shaped your passion for communication and human potential, kind of made you look at things very differently.
Absolutely. I used to really kind of shield the story of what I was facing. I didn't want to sound like a victim. I didn't want to sound like I was whining. But I learned that storytelling, authentic, vulnerable stories, drive connection, which drives performance. And so I worked in the corporate setting for about 5 years and applied my knowledge and my passion to sales. But I learned that it was so much more powerful than sales, that teams and audiences really can improve their performance when they become better engaged, more connected. It saves time. It builds something that I call the trust reservoir and drives performance, and quite honestly, brings a lot more joy to life.
Can you give us a couple of examples of how this impact performance approach has, you've seen positive results with your clients?
Absolutely. So my clients are twofold. So it's a two-part answer. I have individual clients that I really help them with those microphone moments to tell powerful stories. And quite succinctly, that builds confidence, which grows business. On the flip side of the coin, when I offer keynotes, and particularly when I offer retreats and workshops, the results continue to blossom over time. I think that companies today, they see and they understand that connection is important, that the more we're in our cell phones and we have all these things that I call pleasure stacking to avoid connection, they understand that we need connection to drive performance. But what happens is there's no true mechanism in place that encourages powerful, vulnerable storytelling. And that's what my platform, Talk to the Brain, empowers: connection through vulnerable storytelling, which builds team and performance.
And that is sometimes really hard for people to do. Like you said, breaking down your own barriers and being vulnerable, that's difficult for people. That's a big step to even share something personal.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because it really takes me back to the moment when I decided I'm going to leave this corporate setting and start my own business. I was leading a team of sales managers, and I said to them, we're going to take the first 10 minutes of every meeting to connect. And somebody said, I don't have time for this. And I promise you, we don't have time not to connect. It builds performance and connection, and it also builds, quite honestly, a much better way to experience life. It fires up something in our brains called oxytocin, and it is more powerful energy than coffee, caffeine, nicotine, all the things that we use for energy, sugar. Oxytocin sustains us and gives us a better way to experience life. And that truly is the core of my work.
And where can people connect with you to learn more about your work, or maybe work with you?
Thank you for asking. I'm easy to find on LinkedIn, Tara Heaton, but I do have a website. I would certainly encourage signing up for my monthly Talk to the Brain tips. That website is at onpointglobal.com. The onpoint, sadly, is spelled in French, so it's ENPOINTE global.com.
All right, Tara, thank you so much.
It's been wonderful being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.